All right, man, you got through the spring, now you're starting the fall. How you feeling right now? How you kind of acclimating to Division I football?
Oh, it's getting easier. I mean, kind of got to get back in the rhythm of, hitting and playing and everything, and starting to get comfortable again.
What about just your position on the line? You kind of slid up and down here, and you talked about playing a lot of different positions. How do you feel at that guard position right now?
Guard for me is naturally, we found out in the spring, it's a lot easier for me. I'm more of a guard, like mentality, just kind of how I'm built physically. It's a lot easier. Plays are easier. You don't have to know as much. It's kind of nice.
Does that kind of free you up a little bit? Just kind of, what are your strengths at that position?
I mean, I like to come off the ball and be a little more physical at center. It's kind of hard to do that. Just be more physical, I guess. That's the biggest thing.
Cool. What do you learn from some of these other guys on the line? I mean, there were some guys there, like I think Randall's sitting underneath you on the depth chart right now. What do you learn from a guy like that that's been around for a while?
Well, I'm learning that you got to bring it every day or else, Randall's like nipping on my heels and other guys too, so you got to bring it every day. You can't take any days off. The older guys are kind of walking, helping us get through, like giving us pointers and stuff on how to get through these practices, save your legs and stuff for certain parts and go hard in certain parts, stuff like that.
Is that coming more of play right now? I mean, I'm sure those first few days you probably come out rearing ready to go, but at some point you have to kind of scale yourself back a little bit.
Sometimes, yeah. You always want to go hard, but these long practices, it definitely takes a toll on your body.
Has it turned into a grind yet?
Oh, not really. I've been through it before at junior college. It's pretty comparable. It's always a grind. Anywhere you go, any college, any level, it's going to be tough.
What's the identity of this offensive line? Are you guys starting to figure that out? Are you starting to be able to see it, or is it still kind of developing?
It's definitely still developing. It's still really early. It takes a while for an offensive line to develop as a unit, but I think we're going to be physical. We're going to have to be physical. I think we can hang our head on that.
What about some of the guys you're battling on the defensive line? Can any of those guys stick out to you that you're going against on a daily basis?
So many plays and so many different guys. It's hard to tell. We're all working hard. I can't really pinpoint anybody, but we're just all working hard as a team.
What'd you think of that Haka War chant they had the other day in practice? You ever seen that before?
Yeah, we've done it a few times, but I was kind of in the back hanging out. Never really seen it before, but I'll get into it sometime.
It shows promise. Just today in a couple of drills, when he's starting to feel comfortable and just coming off the ball, he looked physical. And I think the Beckmans and the Peters of the world and the offensive line, these new guys that have kind of been around, I think that they're coming along too, and we've been able to build some depth both on the second line and the third line.
What about the JUCO new guys that have come in?
It's a good question. I think Ngalu and Mike Smithburg both have come in here with an attitude. They're used to winning. They come from winning programs. They come from places that have won a lot of football games, and they have that attitude. They have that toughness. So, they've done a really nice job of assimilating themselves into this program. We were glad to have them in the spring. I think that makes a world of difference. I think Zach Fondel's coming along. Zach, the work that he has to put in is new to him here, but he's got it in him to do it. I'm really thrilled with the guys that have come in and competed for us from the junior college ranks.
I've heard you mention several times about that toughness and the attitude that some of those new guys have brought. How does that actually manifest itself on the field?
Well, I think when you're finishing blocks and you're mentally tough and you're able to, when it's hot and things aren't going that great for you, there's both physical toughness and mental toughness, and I think that some of these new guys bring both of that. It's a side of them that we need to feed off. There's finishing guys down the field, being nasty, being tough, playing physical, and they've done that, and I think some of the other guys have started to rub off on them a little bit too.
Former chief
You've been working with Pat very much. He was left tackle last year. Has he been giving you any pointers? I know you said you played left tackle before, so had he give you any guidance, or is it something you've been able to just really pick up on your own?
I've been able to pick it up. It hasn't been that hard, but you know, when Pat has a few pointers, I definitely listen to him because he's been playing that all spring. But I feel pretty good about how I've been playing so far.
We've heard a lot about that kind of new attitude about toughness and physicality and stuff, and a lot of it's in association with guys like Ngalu and Mike coming in here. You know, do you feed off that a little bit? I mean, or are you kind of that player too? I mean,
yeah, I feel like I'm that kind of player, but definitely having Ngalu right next to me, he's a big physical guy. He's gonna hit you and you're gonna fly across the field. So, you know, when you see that, it makes you it gives you more energy. It makes you want to do it too.
When you guys keep hearing that and then keep being told that about being physical, being tough, I mean, you guys kind of center around that? Does that kind of become a mantra?
Yeah, that's something we take pride in, being physical. You can't be a soft offensive line, so being physical is like something that we definitely take pride in.
Can you talk a little bit about some of the defensive linemen you're battling against and some of those guys that you think could be making a name for themselves pretty quick?
Yeah, I feel like all the defensive line is doing good. They're all coming out with energy every day. I usually go against Kiba, and Kiba, you know, he brings it every day, and he's just making me better.
What about that buck position? How do you guys handle that? I mean, you'll probably. I mean, you're at that left tackle position. You're gonna get their best pass rusher over there. I mean, how do you kind of handle that based off of what you're seeing out in practice?
Well, I just know that you got to be confident in your pass protection, and you got to be aware of the snap count. And if you do those two things, you'll be fine, no matter how good the buck is. You know.
Does Jake have you guys started talking about any sort of incentive program for keeping him upright yet? Or?
No, not yet.
Wait, so what would be at the top of your list of things that would motivate you?
I don't know. You probably got to buy a sandwich or something. You got to keep the offensive line fed.
Cool, man. Cool.
I mean, like I've seen it lately. The whole team's beginning to be real hungry. They're beginning to show such just like that mentality to win now, and like everyone is feeding off of it, and like, you know, just working hard and getting better each day.
Are you ready to pad up and get a game under your belt, or do you still look forward to another week or so of practice?
Man, it really don't matter to me. If it's practice, practice. If it's a game, it's a game. I'm ready to go.
Any goals, personal goals for you? You just want to help the team improve, or
Definitely. Just want to help the team win. They were with me this whole time, so I just ride with them the whole time.
what about having Coach Grunhard here? He has NFL experience and everything. How big of a help is that to you, and what has he been able to give you a lot of insight and teaching yet?
Yeah, Coach Grunhard, he's seen like everything, you know. So like, I learn from him every day, and like most of the things he tells me is like, you know, just go out there and just work hard. That's the most important, is just go out there and do your best. So like, yeah, I just try to, you know, go and do what he tells me to do every day.
How are you adjusting to Division I football? I mean, what are the adjustments that junior college guy has to deal with when he's starting his first full fall camp?
Adjustments, it's just more of like just reps, you know. Not only that, just working as far as like just working daily and day in, day out. You know, it's not like a hobby anymore. You know, it's what you do. So yeah, that's what D1's really like changed for me.
Yeah, I keep hearing your name come up when they talk about the personality of this defense, the toughness of this defense. I mean,
Making us all work harder is something we all want to do now. You know, it's not something that like a few people wants to do this, a little people want to do that. You know, everybody has the same goal for this year, and we're all just working hard towards that.
you guys kind of rally around that, kind of building that personality of toughness.
Yeah, we do. We all feed off of what we all do, you know? Like, somebody's doing something better in this, you know, we're all gonna try to do something better like that too. So like this year has been great. I love the way the team's chemistry is, and especially our unit at the O-line. So
How you doing conditioning wise? I mean, where were you at weight wise compared to where you were at when you came in? Are you putting on weight, dropping weight?
oh yeah, I dropped heaps of weight. In spring, I came in and it was pretty heavy. I was like not D1 shape, you know. But right now, I feel real good conditioning wise. That summer program, Coach Osop has been great. Helped me a lot. So.
What about some of these guys you're battling on the field? Like some of these guys you're going against on the defensive line. Any of those guys stand out to you?
Nah, man, everybody's good. Nothing I can really say towards them. But yeah, just they all work hard. We all work hard and make everything competitive. So yeah.
You mentioned this is, it's different being a D1. You get a lot more work, but is it fun? I mean, you still having fun playing football?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't fun. You can't do something every day if you don't like it. So.
What's the end game for you? I mean, what keeps you motivated through this monotony of camp? I mean, what is it? Just waiting for September 7th, or is it just being with your guys, or what?
Just a dream, just a goal, something just like deep down. You just gotta just stay focused, and it's something I want, and it's not only I want, but the team wants. And when you bring that together, just trying to make something happen.
What's Tim Grunhard tell you, just daily? Is there one thing that he really points out to you, harps on you on daily? Just, you got to get better at this?
Yeah, I mean, Grunhard, he's a real good motivator. Just tells us to go out there and do our best, and that's what we try to do every day.